chosen ones? Have you ever felt like there was a certain day on the calendar that just called out to your spirit, a date you couldn't explain, but your heart knew it mattered? If that's ever happened to you, comment. I've felt it. Right now, because you are not alone. This message didn't find you by chance. It found you because heaven's calendar has circled something with your name on it, and God needs you to be spiritually ready before it arrives. There are moments in life that carry weight, silent seasons that feel ordinary on the outside, but in the spirit, they are thunderous. And right now, God is whispering into the ears of His chosen ones. Prepare yourself, that moment is coming. Some of you have been walking through delays, shut doors, quiet nights, and long silences from heaven, thinking maybe you were forgotten. But what if I told you those silent days were God's way of preparing the atmosphere for one specific date? What if the storm you've been surviving was never meant to break you, but to build the very strength you need for the day that's coming? There's something sacred in timing. God doesn't operate on your clock, He operates on His divine calendar. And when that date comes, when your moment arrives, everything you've suffered, every tear you cried, every time you almost gave up will suddenly make sense. You'll see why the betrayal happened. You'll understand why they left. You'll realize why the promotion didn't come when you wanted it to. Because it was never about delay, it was about divine alignment. And here's what God needs you to know. Before the release comes, the vessel must be ready. You are the vessel. That specific date is the release. And this moment, right now, is your wake-up call. This isn't about superstition. This is about spiritual awareness. There are times when heaven aligns with earth in a way that shifts the course of your life. A divine appointment. A sacred collision of destiny. And if you're distracted, bitter, unfocused, or unprepared, you could miss it. God doesn't want you to be caught off guard. That's why you're hearing this now. Some of you have been seeing repeating numbers, signs in your dreams, random scriptures that won't leave your spirit. That's not random. That's a heavenly notification. You are being alerted for something coming. This specific date, though unknown to you now, is known to God. And it will be the turning point of your journey. It might be a divine connection, a phone call, a healing, a breakthrough, a door opening, but whatever it is, God is saying, be ready. But how do you prepare for something you don't fully understand? You start by getting aligned with God's voice again. Turn off the noise. Close the doors that lead you into distraction. Fast, pray, forgive, refocus. This is not the season to be half present. This is not the time to be lukewarm in your purpose. When heaven schedules something on your life, it's because your role is vital to someone else's miracle. That's why the enemy has been attacking you with confusion, fatigue, doubt, and fear. Because if he can keep you broken, bitter, or bound, he knows you won't be ready when the moment arrives. But I came to tell you, the devil is already too late. You've survived what was designed to stop you. You're standing right now with a call on your life that hell couldn't cancel. And now, God needs you to walk in that authority, not next year, not next month, but now. Today. In this season. In this window. Because there's a sacred date written in the spiritual realm that your name is attached to, and heaven is counting on your obedience. Will you be ready? Will you be found faithful? Or will you still be explaining to people why you're not moving? It's time to shift. It's time to clean out what doesn't serve your soul. It's time to let go of people who dim your anointing. It's time to stop just surviving and start preparing, because when the date arrives, there won't be time to prepare. The preparation is now. This isn't fear, it's favor. God doesn't warn those He's forgotten. He only gives advance notice to those He's chosen. You are chosen. You are marked. You are being activated for something greater. So I dare you, don't treat this message like just another video. This is sacred. This is heaven's whisper. And your spirit knows it. Something in you is trembling right now. Something in you knows this message was divinely timed. And if that's you, don't ignore it. Let this be your signal to go deeper. To refocus. To fast. To forgive. To get back in position. Because what's coming is bigger than just a blessing. It's alignment with your divine assignment. The kind of breakthrough that brings peace to your soul and answers the questions you've been crying about in secret. It's not for everyone, it's for those who've endured the pressing, the waiting, and the crushing. The ones who were rejected, misunderstood, and overlooked, but remained faithful. And if you've made it this far into this message, that's probably you. This is your sign. Don't delay any longer. Get in spiritual posture. Heaven has already released the date. It's on the calendar. Now all that's left is for you to be ready. If your heart is still stirred from part 1, it's because the Spirit isn't finished speaking, He's only just begun. That stirring inside of you, that quiet urgency, that sense that something is drawing near, it's confirmation that this message was handcrafted by heaven just for you. And the truth is, some of you have been waiting on God, but God has been waiting on you. He's been waiting on your yes, your full surrender, your undivided attention. Because this next move won't come through casual belief or lukewarm faith. It's going to require you to be locked in spiritually, so when the moment arrives, you don't question it, you move boldly into it. This specific date carries weight in heaven. It's a divine timestamp on your life. Maybe it's a conversation that will unlock healing. Maybe it's a decision that will break generational curses. Maybe it's a door that leads to purpose, calling, and restoration. Whatever it is, God is being intentional about getting you prepared, because He knows how heavy your next season will be, and how holy. He's not just planning a blessing, He's preparing a mantle. You're not just being elevated, you're being entrusted. And the weight of that requires spiritual discipline, emotional maturity, and deep discernment. You see, God doesn't just bless randomly, He blesses according to assignment. That means what's coming to you isn't a prize for surviving, it's provision for your purpose. So you need to ask yourself, am I living like someone who's about to be used by God? Or am I still stuck in the habits that broke me before? Because this next release will require a different version of you. The one that prays before they panic. The one that listens before they speak. The one that doesn't try to force open doors God closed. This is a spiritual upgrade, not just a breakthrough. And God is being gentle but clear, you need to be ready. This is your upper room moment. A secret place calling. A shift from outer court to inner fire. And you don't prepare for that by hustling harder. You prepare by humbling deeper. By fasting when no one sees. By letting go of ego, by surrendering control, by cleaning out spiritual distractions. Some of you have been walking around with cluttered souls, crowded thoughts, and exhausted hearts, trying to figure everything out, but God is saying, I've already figured it out. I just need you still enough to hear me. You're asking for clarity, but clarity doesn't come from noise. It comes from nearness. So if you want to be ready for that specific date, draw near. Strip the excess. Eliminate the emotional dead weight. Forgive that person not because they deserve it, but because your destiny can't afford delay. You're about to step into something that eyes haven't seen and ears haven't heard, but it can't be carried with spiritual immaturity. It demands a new posture, a quieter spirit, a bolder faith, and the willingness to obey even when you don't have all the details. God's not going to show you the whole map, but He'll give you the next instruction, and your obedience will activate the miracle. Some of you are one, yes, away from what you've been praying for. One act of forgiveness, one night of surrender, one seed of obedience. The reason this message feels like it's reading your soul is because God is drawing you closer. He's been sending signs, waking you up at 3:33 a.m., giving you dreams, letting strangers speak words that pierce your heart, because He's not trying to scare you. He's trying to prepare you. Something is about to be released that has your name on it. And God is urging you, don't let the distraction of the present make you miss the promise of the appointed time. This date has been scheduled. And while you may not know the exact moment it will unfold, your job is to be faithfully expectant. You don't need to chase signs. You need to chase intimacy with God. Because when you're walking closely with Him, you won't miss your moment. Your spirit will recognize it. You'll feel the peace, the confirmation, the divine alignment. And here's what's beautiful. The people who left, the plans that failed, the opportunities you thought you missed, they were never meant for the version of you God is calling forward now. What's coming is perfectly timed for who you are becoming. And that's why the enemy tried so hard to get you off track. Because he knows that if you're spiritually prepared, nothing can stop what's about to be released. So don't waste this window. Don't scroll past this moment. Let it sink in. Let it awaken the parts of your spirit that have been tired, bitter, or distracted. Let it remind you of who you are and whose you are. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are being positioned. And when the date arrives, you won't just step into your moment. You'll understand why it had to come exactly when it did. Because God never rushes what He's building to last. And you, chosen one, are being built to last. Stay ready. Stay close. Heaven is watching, and heaven is near. If you've made it to this moment, then it means your soul is listening, not just your ears. Because this message wasn't background noise, it was a spiritual summons. Part 3 isn't a conclusion, it's a confirmation. Confirmation that everything you've walked through, every heartbreak, delay, unanswered prayer, silent season, and lonely night, was preparing you for this appointed time. You didn't survive all that to stay the same. You didn't endure it to be average. You made it here because heaven marked you for something that no one else could carry. This specific date may be unknown to your calendar, but it's engraved in the spirit. And heaven is counting on your obedience. That's why the pressure has been so high, the warfare so heavy, the waiting so frustrating, because you're not just walking toward a blessing. You're walking into your assignment. You're being trusted with something sacred. That divine moment, that spiritual shift, that specific day that heaven is preparing, it won't just elevate your life. It will ripple through generations. And what God is about to unfold will make sense of everything that didn't. But here's the truth most people won't tell you. God doesn't reveal spiritual dates so you can get excited. He reveals them so you can get ready. Because the opportunity won't come with flashing lights or loud announcements. It will come disguised as a decision, a conversation, a test of character, a small moment that holds eternal weight. And you must be spiritually sharp enough to discern it. You can't afford to be emotionally lazy, mentally distracted, or spiritually indifferent. Your discernment must be louder than your doubt. Your trust in God must be stronger than your timeline. Because heaven isn't on your schedule, it's on God's. And when He moves, He doesn't wait for you to feel ready. He checks if you've been faithful. That's why you're hearing this now. That's why this message reached your screen at the exact time it did. Because you are standing on a line between not yet and now. And God wants to see if your faith can carry the weight of next. He's giving you a window. And windows don't stay open forever. You can't pray for purpose but procrastinate on obedience. You can't say you want destiny but stay loyal to your dysfunction. This specific date will not tolerate double-mindedness. It will require your full surrender. Your quiet yes. Your trust when it doesn't feel logical. Your belief when you feel abandoned. Your praise when nothing has moved. That's what prepares you for God's timeline. Not perfection, posture. And now, heaven is leaning in, watching, waiting, listening. And I need to ask you something deeply spiritual. What if this message was the final confirmation you needed to stop playing small with your calling? What if this is the last warning before the door opens, and you miss it because you were distracted by bitterness, by fear, by overthinking? God isn't trying to scare you, He's trying to secure you. To wake you up before you sleep on your own breakthrough. To remind you, what's coming is bigger than money, platforms, or applause. It's about purpose, souls, eternal assignments. It's about being ready to be used by God in a world that's desperate for light. And someone right now is reading this with a lump in their throat and tears forming, because you feel it in your gut. This is for you. You're not crazy. You're not too late. You're not disqualified. You're chosen. You are the one God has been whispering to in quiet moments. The one who kept going when no one was clapping. The one who stayed faithful when it made no sense. And now heaven is saying, be ready. The day is approaching. But before it comes, I need you to do something bold. Something honest. In the comments below, I want you to answer this with full heart. What has God been preparing you for that you've been too afraid to walk in? Don't overthink it. Don't be ashamed. Speak it out. Declare it. Let your confession activate your courage. Let your comment be your confirmation. Because when you release it, heaven responds. And as you type, you're not just typing words, you're stepping into agreement with your next. This is the moment that separates watchers from walkers. Don't be a watcher of other people's miracles, be the one who moves. Be the one who trusted, who listened, who didn't need a sign because they already had faith. You are the one who gets ready before the door opens. The one who doesn't need applause to obey. The one who will look back on this date and say, "That message changed everything. That was when I shifted." Because what God has for you, no man can cancel. No delay can destroy. No distraction can deny. It's coming. And now so are you. Comment below. Let heaven hear your voice.